Hi, so let's discuss percentage, fractions, and decimals and how they can be used interchangeably and few questions. Okay, the first definition is percentage. Now, what is percentage? Percentage means percent. Okay, per cent. So this is where the definition has come from. Per cent means century, not cent and dollars. Century, per cent, per hundred. So percent is always calculated with respect to 100. So when we say 80%, 80 out of 100 times, okay? So A out of B is proportionally decreased or increased to be out of 100. So knowing this is not that important. Just know that 70% like chocolate implies 75 out of 100. Every 100 likes this chocolate, okay? That's the definition, 75 out of 100. Now, a common mistake what we have seen is people think that 100% is 100. No, 100% is 1. 100%, 75%, what does it imply? 75 out of 100. So 100% should imply 100 out of 100. So what fraction are we talking about? We're talking about 1. Because 75% is what fraction? 75 upon 100, which is 3/4. 50% is what fraction? 50 out of every 100, which is half. Right? So you see how percentages and fractions are related. We'll see this in detail, but just know 50% is 50 upon 100. If you want in decimals, this is 0.5, right? Divide by 100, 2 decimals you put. So all of these are related, percentages, fractions, and decimals. But for now, you just remember percent is always with respect to 100 and 100% is 1. Okay, so how do we convert percentages to fractions? You will always divide by 100. How do we convert percentages to fractions? You divide by 100. So 50% is half, 25% is 1/4, 20% is 20 upon 100, 1/5. Anything, like if you want to find what is 60% in fractions, 60% is 60 upon 100, 6 upon 10 or 3 upon 5. Now, if you want to convert percent to decimals, percent to fractions or percent to decimals, we know that fractions and decimals are same, right? So they are equal values. So you divide by 100 and write it in terms of, you just put 2 decimals. Because every time you are dividing by 100, which is 2 zeros, right? 40%, 0.40, which is essentially 0.4. Same way, 72 is what percent in decimals? 0.72. For fractions, we kind of cancel, come to the simplest form. But for decimal, we just put 2 decimals, right? So this is fairly simple. Now, if you want to convert fractions to percentages, right? First, fractions to decimals is quite easy. Now, fractions to percentages, let's say half. What you will do is you will multiply by 100. Percent to fractions, you divide by 100. Fractions to percent, you multiply by 100. Okay, you can just write like this. Percent to fractions, you divide by 100. Fractions to percent, you multiply by 100. So half fraction, if I want to convert to percent, it is 50%. Now, if I want to convert this, let's say 5 upon 4, fraction to percent, I just multiply by 100. 125%. We can have more than 100%. Again, same decimal to fractions or decimals. Okay. You just multiply by 100. Percentages to fractions or decimals, you divide by 100. This is probably the shortest way or easiest way to remember the conversions. Okay, some basic inferences, because the exams like students to infer and comprehend or reason out the statements, right? If a statement says 60% of students passed the exam, what does it imply? It implies the remaining 40% did not pass the exam. Okay? Inference. 1/3 of the apples have spoiled. 1/3 is spoiled. So what is remaining fraction? 2/3. 2/3 did not spoil. Okay, we'll solve few questions. 1/3 of the 90 ducks on a pond are mallards. So there are total ducks are 90, of which mallards are 1/3 of them, which is 30, right? If ruddy ducks are 22 and white-faced are 18. Okay, if 22 and 18, total 40 ducks depart from the pond. So there are total 90 and how many departed? 40. So how many are remaining? 50 ducks are remaining now. What fraction of the remaining ducks, what fraction of 50 are mallards? Mallards we have calculated. So the question is asking 30 is what fraction of 50? So the required fraction is 3/5. Yeah. Okay, let's say in a class there are 100 students, out of which let's say 45 are boys. If the question asks what fraction of class are girls, so the remaining 55 are girls. So the answer is going to be 55 upon total, right? So that is how we find the fraction. I hope this is clear. One more question. Alan spends 30% of his income on rent, 20% on food, 10% on entertainment, and saves the remaining $240. So instead of giving us the percent remaining, there will be some percent. They have given that percent equivalent as 240. Find his total income. So let the total income be X. So of which how much percent is spending on rent? Rent is 30%. So total is always 100%, right? We know that. On food, he is spending 20%. On entertainment, he is spending 10%. So how much percent he spent? He spends 60%. So how much he is saving in terms of percent? He's saving 40% of his income, which is 40% of X. That is given as $240. Okay. Now they're asking find his total income. So if 40% is equivalent to 240, we want to find how much is equivalent to 100%, right? So we can use unitary method. Most of you would know this. So let's say if this is the value we have to find, we can let go of this. So 100 into 240 divided by 40. You can use unitary method to find. So $600 is the total income. Okay, so one last. A barrel of oil has 7/8 of its content removed. Okay. barrel of oil has 7/8 content removed. Then it is filled with 38 liters and the total content now is 3/5 the capacity of the barrel. Okay, so let the total capacity is equal to X. Now removed is 7/8 of X. So if 7/8 of the fraction is removed, how much is remaining? Okay, remaining is 1/8 of X. If you're not comfortable or if you don't know, so remaining will be, you can total is X, out of which 7X by 8 is removed. So you can use the LCM common denominator method, 8X minus 7X upon 8, which is X upon 8. You'll get the same thing. Now to this remaining 38 liters, so the X be in terms of liters for convenience. So when 38 liters are added, volume or capacity now is X upon 8 plus 38. Now this is equivalent to, they are saying, and the total content now is 3/5 the capacity, 3/5 the capacity of 350, 3/5 of X, sorry. So X upon 8 plus 38 is equivalent to 3X upon 5. So you will need to solve this. So I can take X upon 8 to the other side and rewrite. I can use common denominator method. This is 5. So I multiply and divide by the other denominators. So I get in denominator 40. So in numerator 24X upon 40 minus 5X upon 40. Or if I take common 40, I get 24X minus 5X, which is 19X. So 19 gets cancelled here 2 times. So what is left is X upon 40 is 2. Or 40 goes to the other side, will be equal to 80 liters. What is the capacity of barrel in liters? They will be giving it, will be 80. So I hope the usage of fractions and decimals and conversion of percentages to fractions and decimals and vice versa is clear. So we'll see more about percentages in 2 more videos. So that will be it for this video. Thank you.